It is another evening, an evening worth remembering. Why do we value evenings so much? Because it is the time that I find together with my son, and we always have that memorable walk together. We bond, we enjoy the beauty of nature, and today we are privileged to be in the school compound of Faye's boarding school. It's very green and lushy and an amazing place to have an evening walk, just as the one that we always enjoy. But the best part is yet to come. At the end of each and every day, at the end of our evening walks, there is something that my son really values more than anything. That is, he calls it flying, meaning flying. Well, how does it come? This flying comes when he runs to me very quickly and I grab him and toss him very high in the air. Sometimes when the mother sees it, she grins and says, "Wow, what if something could happen to my son?" And it's always a scary scene when she sees me tossing him very high in the sky. But why do you enjoy it? Why does Daryl enjoy it? Daryl enjoys it fully because he trusts in the one who is tossing him high, and that is the Father. He believes so much that ultimately he will land in the hands of the Father. And yes, that is pure trust. That is pure faith. In the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6, the Bible tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not in your own understanding." In the book of Genesis chapter 22, we encounter the faith of Abraham. When God gives him instruction to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice to Mount Moriah, they walk faithfully with the young boy up to the top of Mount Moriah to offer him as a sacrifice. Many a times, 3 times actually, the son asks, "Father, here we have firewood, but where is the lamb for the sacrifice?" The young boy ultimately knew very well that the practices of sacrifice required a lamb. But he's now asking, where is the lamb? He cannot see it. And he questions his father. The father tells him, "My son, the Lord will provide." And he takes the father at the word. What a show of faith. But perhaps the most profound show and example of faith and fully trusting in the Father's plan is found in the book of Luke chapter 22 verse 42, where Christ in the mountain of Gethsemane, burdened by the weight of what he's just about to do, cries unto the Lord and asks him, "Father, if it is your will, please let this cup pass by." But he finishes by saying, "Not my will, but thine." He knew exactly what was coming. He could feel the weight of sin laden upon his body, upon his bones. His flesh was getting weaker. We are told in the scriptures that an angel came and strengthened him. But he fully trusted in God. Maybe this trust in God is something worth looking into. I want to have the faith that Isaac had in his father, knowing very well that despite what was going to happen, it was the father holding the knife. I want to have the faith of Abraham while taking that step to sacrifice his son, laying down the firewood and putting the little boy on the firewood, raising the knife without a doubt, and knowing very well that this is my only son. Despite the stress, the God who provided him is able to do abundantly more than he thinks or imagines. I want to have the faith of Jesus Christ, the faith that despite the stress laid upon him by our sins, he still believed in the Father above. And finally, maybe, just like my son Daryl, we ought to trust in God and hope in the best that he has for us, and always trust that he has everything prepared for us. falling in the arms of Jesus is the most amazing thing. Trusting in His plan is another thing, and taking Him at His word is another thing. I want to have the faith of my son Darren. As the sun sets, as the sun goes down, as he folds the family parchments, I'm reminded that tossing Daryl high is not only for fun, but teaches me a lesson of faith and trust, fully trusting in the arms of God. Friend, maybe you have reached a certain point in your life where you doubt the promises of God. You've waited for something so long. You've expected God to act, but it seems like nothing is happening. You've really struggled to find it, to make it happen. But all in all, nothing is happening. Today, I want to tell you, trust in the Father's plan. There is nothing sweeter than falling in the arms of God. There is nothing sweeter than trusting in the plan of God. It may look hard, it may be hard, harder than it is said, but I believe that if you lose faith, you will not see the goodness of God. Till we meet again, this is Family Parchments, biblical inspirations drawn from our family life. Remember, the family parchments, always carry them with you wherever you go.